is absolute terrible. Last time, I get myself worried about absolutely nothing.
That's why you just don't do it on air.
Yeah, there is that. Well,
why would you do it?
You see what happened yesterday? I'm panicking. I'm on panic station. Don't do me like that. PUBG raffle going down, guys. ESL.gg/PUBG raffle. The snack is alive.
Snacky snack.
Do not step
Who's at the front
on
here?
snack.
Well, at least it's. I was about to say human centipede, but that'd make it a lot different, wouldn't it? Not so cute as Snacky Snack.
It'd be weird.
You can look at it. It's just a snake, all right? It's fine.
It's just a snake.
All right.
All is well. And it's a...
Are you trying to quell yourself?
Yes.
All is well. Don't listen to Lauren. She's being weird again. Just move on.
She needs her coffee.
I do need something.
You had a latte delivered. Why can't I be this popular and famous?
Sorry, what did you call it?
A latte. What is it?
It sounded a lot like how you said car. Say car again.
Car. You don't know what life lies beyond the wall. Young Lauren, you have no idea the struggles we have.
All right.
In the wildlands. Anyway, get back on track. Enough about that.
Plane's on the way.
The plane is on the way. Where's she coming in from? She's coming in from the south. Straight smack bang over military. This could be a rough one. It could be a fun one as well. And there you go, on point every single time. LG out of the plane. Let's get boots on the ground, guys. 1, 2, 3. That's about 5 squads. I've seen pandas there.
Christ.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
Here we go.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Now, there's, I'd say, minimum 2, maybe 3 teams here. The smart play, at least in my eyes, would be going to Pubg, would be going to the extremities, like Georgia Pol. But what do I know? So we have 1, 2, 3, could be 4 teams. They could also split off towards Novo. There's options here.
I think that's 3 together. The colours, I'm thinking 5.
There's 2 orange teams. There's
that's going to be 5 then.
Let's have a little look. Let's focus in on the military base. Everyone else is going to split, basically. That, you know, we're going to go for the longer plays. The players who drop down the main island are going to go for the more extremity plays, which are nice. Let's keep eyes on exactly what's happening on that island. Numinosity already boots on the ground. They're down very quickly. There's a lot of looting to be done here as well. There's a lot of the guard towers you can dip into that will give you that military loot. But we're going to see the split here. So we've got a couple of teams still. Wait, is Moondai with the other team? Or is it... No, I think he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, he's with his team. So we've got one at towers, one over the apartments.
One industrial.
We've got one on the building
kind of
side.
Offices, yeah.
Offices, and then you got the back garage access as well. We got OG7 and Serenity. They're over on the factory.
Where's Sequisha? Oh, he's at ATC.
He's going to ATV and then back to the bunkers. But LG are on the back foot as well, so they'll be coming in. But I mean, with LG, it all kind of goes where the circle goes. You don't really want to be approaching military because you know you've got teams in there. They'll have seen them come down, and as you can see already, we're seeing level 2s, we're seeing level 3s. Hell, this is all what Millie is.
I actually like this area for looting, going through the garages. One, because people kind of still ignore it to a degree, and you can actually pick up guns very quickly. You can dip out the back. It's actually a very easy route because you get, what, level 3 vests, you get level 2 vests. You get enough to survive and generally take a fight. It's very rare that you can get that. Now we've got the Novo team on the side here as well. They're not actually in Novo yet. They're the aerial tower. Someone's giving out more than a USB here in the background. Hopefully you guys at home can't hear it as much as we do. That is damn loud. Yeah, 2 USBs for 1. Sweet Jesus.
Anyway,
I want to gouge my ears out.
High radio tower, low radio tower. No one over at Novo. We got some guys over at Milta. And then all the way in Pubg, we got a team there. We got Hayes out on his own. No Man's Land, which is a little bit weird, but Ollie's there with a vehicle as well. Panda Boys, they may have got some information that someone else is here. They're still looting. You've got Obang out by those 3 garages, kind of what you were saying earlier on, Lauren. There's always some really good gear there. UMP, SCAR, something or other. Always getting scopes. He's already got himself a level 2, level 3 back, level 1 helmet. We got a shotgun and AKM. We'll go and try and have a look through some of these POVs.
Oh.
It's going to be TSM.
A buggy. Okay, fair enough. I was like, why do I just hear a buggy in them? But there it is. It's TSM going on the...
Splitting up.
It's more so you can get another car that can have 4 players in it. AMPR is like, please brake. Why are you leaving me like this? Brake, come back for me.
Why you do this? It's so cruel. Look at her.
What?
You know, what is happening?
I don't understand why they switch.
That's
players.
a new strat on me, but we'll see what happens.
No,
so
it might be why. So Break last time played the blue, essentially. He basically just went on a full med mission, went out to Zaki, he plays way back in through the north side of George, but he's not alone doing this time. There's a lot of other players there. He could play wherever he wants to. Let's keep our eyes as well. Keep looking back towards that military aim. Your driving is spot on. That little just thud as he just... That rocks there.
Don't
careful,
run your
mate.
teammate over, please.
Yeah, nice little action slide in. It's all good. Yeah, it's fine.
Can he do it again?
No, he's gone for the safety this time.
So he's going to pick his teammates up, and they're going to go and try and pre-loot again, because it doesn't look they are very well geared whatsoever. You can see, as we look through the Observer, where exactly teams are laying all across. They're pretty well spread out, and now we'll see the Panda boys. They're moving in on to Lost Aiming and the rest of his team. Ninja completely miles away from his teammates. Chips is down there as well. Yeah, we've got Drassel. They've got a vehicle, I believe. I just said that, so that at least they can come back together. But again, look at the circle plans. They're really in no rush. You know, they can approach military at a later game.
They can also get boats. On the Novo side of things, they can happily get around towards a Milta base. But yeah, the Panda guys should eventually get into a fight with one of these. I'm surprised they haven't spotted each other out just yet, but everyone's staying very, very grouped here. No one wants to take risks.
He was standing still for a second. I was wondering if he actually has the information. He's got himself what looks like an ACOG on that M16. It's on single fire as well, so he could try and tap some of these players. You can see him. He keeps looking. Now Moo's just helping him out as well, so they do have the information. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them are now on the move here. Sakisha and his team are just getting the hell out of military. It's time to go. The big question is, will these guys
They should be spotted.
They have to. Tavello has to see this. He's behind the apartment.
And he opens his inventory up at a really awkward time. There might have been a chance he saw him get towards the fence.
So whether or not he's going to go for this angle.
I'm pretty sure this clue's coming out,
Now he's copped for him, definitely.
Does he chase those? Spots him out now. Does he have a suppressor? No, he's just going to unleash fury with that 4 times. No connections found yet, nowhere to back to. Back to the wall here. Needs to find a bit of cover so they can't just return fire. But he's going to commit very much out on his own here. They are running from this, though. They're not going to stick around for the fight. No armor on Lost Aiming there, so again, probably the right choice.
He's looking just to make sure they have cleared off. But you know what? Moondai and Mayhop, they're staying for a second. They're going to try and ping some shots themselves. But I tell you what, the Panda boys, they're going into a pre-looted building, so there isn't going to be a great deal for them to pick up as they work their way through apartments. Sakisha and the rest of the crew, they've got the hell out of there. The correct could potentially be landing on the bridge. I don't actually know. It may have just hit the water. They would be lucky if it did. And now Panda, they're just deciding, well, we're going to trade up some gear. We're going to throw things around. We're going to share some stims, share some meds. And why the hell not? They've got plenty of time. The circle's on Military Island down on Sosnovka. And meanwhile, we'll just see the guys, Moondai and his boys, just wandering away.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we didn't actually see an early fight between any of them. They caught a glimpse of each other, but somehow 3 to 4 squads landing at military just kind of went, we'll stick to our own areas, you stay to yours, and we'll have a nice time. But again, still no armor on these guys.
I am kind of glad they didn't, though, because look at what he's got. SKS, 8 times scopes.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I agree with you, Lauren. There is no vest on there, but he does have the level 2 helmet, so if he's got the lean factor and he knows how to abuse it, he might be able to peak a little bit. But we do actually have a listening with these guys. Let's have a listen to what they got to say.
Hab ich schon. Ich hab noch einen Energy Drink zum Abgeben.
Denk dran, wenn Weste, ich nimm noch eine.
Ich brauche auch noch eine Weste. Ich habe noch ein Holo gefunden, falls jemand noch ein Holo braucht.
My German's pretty rusty. Pretty sure they were like, oh yeah, das ist super geil. You know, that was pretty much it.
I did German in school, so I unfortunately cannot translate. But if anything, we know that they know where a team is, and they know that they're going to be worried because they're becoming. Oh, Hoyt's down though. Hello, Hoyt. What happened to you?
It's a meme these days that Hoyt is just generally dead.
I feel sorry for the guy.
Ollie's just found him. He's like, all right, here's my first bit of prey.
Hi,
nice. He's going to be moving into this one. Probably going to see if he can bait out the rest of the team, unless Hoyt was just on his own.
I do like the fact that he's not just going to finish off this kill. He's using it as bait to get information where the rest of them are hiding.
Yeah.
He's leaving him alone. Hoyd's like, please don't kill me, Ollie. I don't want to be the first one dead for the second, maybe even third time. I don't. Oh, it looks like Hoyd's teammates are turning up behind him.
Yeah, he's gone here. See you later, Hoyt. So that's the first kill down.
In fact, that's a different squad altogether.
So yeah, what was Hoyt up to?
What was Hoyt up to and what was Ollie up to? That's my question. Both of them are on no man's land. Chipsy has got himself a bike, so he's going to be moving towards his teammates now. It looks like they have a vehicle on the opposing side. Meanwhile, Yumru, he's going to be hearing some of these shots going off, so he's trying to get some information from this window. It looks like it's one of those buildings just at the top of the stairs, so you can peek and poke, because you do have, if I'm right, it's a garage, so you can back off into and then get the hell out if needed. Or I could be talking rubbish, it might not be that building whatsoever, but it looks like it with the boxes in the corner. Does he have the information that he needs, though? Oh, welcome to the party, though, friends. We'll just see Interroga opening up on them with the AKM. One of them will advance forward. He's going to get annihilated.
Single fire as well. So nicely done.
Tapping away on the burst. He goes down, looking to try and bag another one of his teammates. They're just wiping them out. Noble, they found the party, and they're just laying down hellfire. Interrogate's tagged up, but that doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. Make it 4. See you later. Unfortunately, Stylish Noob and the rest of his players, they are gone. Noble just absolutely did the dirty on them.
Well, I'm just impressed with that single fire. You know, he went from the full auto spray, switched onto the M16, and then just absolutely tapped them down. That was so nicely done. The spam was absolutely perfect. This is Cloud9 playing on the south side of the coast, it seems. They do have a car with them as well. They could loot their way through this. Plenty of opportunity, but really maybe got themselves a bit of a scuffle here at some point, or taking a bit of damage there. Sweater maybe not feeling so good at this point. Yeah, there's players on the coastline. That's why they're going to get themselves sorted out in this house. Keep tabs. Watching up and over. I'm not sure it's Moondie and the guys on the other side.
So it's going to be detonated, the first team to fall here in game number 2. As you mentioned, C9 that is setting up. And as Whitey Dude comes across the horizon, it might not be the best for his life. He's walking up though. We'll see how this one pans out. See if anyone's going to be chilling, waiting for him. He approaches, checking, keeps spinning around. He's laid down. I think we're actually going to get C9's team comp. So we'll hop on board with C9 and we'll see how this one all breaks down.
Right here. Yeah, so I see. Yeah. Whole team.
Okay. Left half wall. We're rotating left. We're gonna play the back half wall here.
It needs to be on that half wall north. Don't let them rotate around on us. Solid. If that happens, me and you are dead.
He's inside building.
Might be on your half wall. I can't really help you too much.
Yeah, I know. Yup, he's inside the house.
They're now around back.
Dude, I'm fucked.
Rock's tagged.
Okay.
I'm fucked.
I just got naded. I'm down.
One's on your half wall.
Locked. Yup.
Reloading. Good job. Borg, ready to bait me?
Yeah, he's here.
Pushing
Two guys on me.
I got a Sega. Pushing now. Bait. Knocked another.
Last one's rock.
Where's rock?
Somebody should get me.
Yeah, I'm coming. I go Chappy.
I have no HP.
Okay. No, Sweater should get him. Borg, stay with me.
Okay.
Rotating in.
The rock, right?
I mean, he could rotate half wall at this point. Don't push out too far.
Yeah, of course.
Hold your angles.
We gotta BM the guy who's knocked.
Good.
He's inside the house. The guy who's knocked.
Yeah, I just got a kill. Good shit. Play a second story and heal.
I'm on their half wall now.
I got a kill.
Good shit, boys. I think.
And
Nice.
there you have it, an absolute team wipe coming out of C9. Lauren, just break me down that a little bit more, because the execution, you could hear Sweater being the IGL there. Time to bait, it's time to go. Working as a unit, it was just annihilation.
Yeah, Chappie's pretty vocal in that too. Actually, the way he was kind of calling the rotates as well and the possibilities. I like the way that they did it of basically having line of sight on certain areas and then kind of knowing where they knocked out one, allowing players to always have each other's covered and their push being held. Because one of the players, I can't remember who it was pushed up so close to that broken wall in front of him. Might have been Solid FPS or Borg. I think it was Solid FPS. And essentially he had 2 to 3 players right in front of him. But you had Sweater on the back lines, everyone else on the back lines, able to watch that push up. And they just categorically worked it out. It was a very smart way of playing here.
I like it how Borg stand his ground though. You would look at him, and sometimes a player, if you saw 2 people running in front of you, you'd be like, oh crap, I'm gonna get a bit scared and a bit windy. Sometimes you poke out a bit too early, sometimes you try and run away, which can kind of screw you in the long run. But the man held his ground. He knew he had Sweater beside him. He hit him, said, look, I've got a shotgun, it's time to move. But enough about that one. That fight's been and done. We're moving on here. We're looking at WTC. He sees the Dacia just driving on by. His teammates going to take some pop shots, which will force them away. They know this compound is now taken. But he's pre-scoping. Here's the US. Hello, boys.
Suppressed as well, full auto. Yeah, going to switch onto the single fire, take his time on these shots. Good approach. Gets a tag, I'm pretty sure there, but the car does make it away. He pulls up, they can try and make it on foot here, get some cover, try and find their way through the trees. And on the other side, it's Alf and the boys just locking this one down, going to be able to spot a couple of players out. But now actually the problem is for the other team, they're caught in a bit of a pinch. 2 of the players managed to make it to the other side, and 2 are up on this hill. So actually, this could be a problem. Unless they fight their way out and beat one of the 2 sides here, they could be really pinched in between.
Meanwhile, we'll see Cross falling. That's going to be Daz from Noble. Takes him out with a Scar-L. Cross, unfortunately, is eliminated from the server. We're going to see another one as well. He's blown up the vehicle. That 3 now. The Noble boys, they're on point this time round, racking up some very, very early kills. Stack goes down. One-shot girl goes down also. And yet again, Noble with the high ground. They are just laying down fire. Every time a team just comes below them, they are kicking ass.
Well, they like this ridge play. They played this last round as well. Now, last time the circle was pretty harsh because it kind of forced everyone through their sort of their vision, which you almost want in a way. You want those fights, but also you don't want to be having like 3 to 4 squads fighting you out. So you can see here, WTCN is in a bit of a predicament. His teammates are being picked off. This is what I mean by the split. The other team were able to get into 2 different spots, and now they can close in and really cause a couple of problems for these guys. But we know that these guys are skilled. That's the thing. They've got great individual skill, good aim. We just need to see them fight one of these 2 sides.
Zion is still down from the headshot coming in. You can hear as well above, the plane will be dropping. Be interesting to see if Zweeback just down in the corner does notice that there is a crate in the water. He's clearly got a boat and he's driving on through, whether he's actually still in the water or whether it's actually on top of the bridge. Crate comes down, it's going to land in the hand of Liquid. Should they, in fact, Liquid, they have 2 crates side by side. I mean, still, we are early days. There's not a big amount of people up that neck of woods. It's an option to go and grab them, but look at that. Here's an ollie. They've got 1 to the left and 1 to the right. That could be a golden opportunity to take and really put a stamp on themselves in the middle of the circle.
Now, where is Luminosity right now? Are they still in this? Because I don't see them anywhere.
Gypsy's just coming in, so
they're moving in. They're going towards TSM.
Yeah.
This could be a problem. This is going to be a big fight. If they want to take these buildings, you know that TSM will give them a good battle on this. There's a lot of players reached up here. Force and the guys aren't far off. TSM, are they in buildings though? It looks like they are still on the bottom 4, quite possibly. Not sure if they're playing the broken wall, which is just as powerful they are. Not going to take the engagement with a couple of shots here and there. But Luminosity are moving into an area that will be rife with players. I'm curious as to where they go to find a bit of cover, because clearly they want to get themselves situated now within this circle. They've already marked up a house, or maybe just an area they want to play off of, and that's completely fine. But they've got a lot of eyes on them. Yeah, going to get out of the vehicle here. So they've got TSM there, you've got Forzen, you've got Andy not far off. And their building's not brilliant, but they can just lock this down. I wonder how good their loot is. I see a suppressor, I think, on an M16 there on JP. They've got good enough loot, but last time we saw them with AWMs, we saw them, geared up to the 9s. And we're still seeing that late circle play. Break's going to not leave this area. Liquid's doing the long play as well. This is fine until maybe the next circle, and it does really chunk you down if you don't have good meds. But at the end of the day, TSM needs to start being aware of this. You can see everyone kind of putting themselves in the buildings here along the main roads.
I like how Liquid have split off, though. We've got 2 here in center circle. We've got 2, 1 over at Hospital, then 1 on South Georgia Pole. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. It was right, South Georgia Pole. We've got 2 players there, so they have indeed split up. WTCN, though, they're going to try and tag up this UAZ as it wanders by, and they just stick it between 2. I mean, that could be good driving, it could be bad driving, whether or not they put it there for cover, or they did accidentally just hit it, but now they're going to bail, but they've copped it, they know what's going on. That's going to be NPR trying to run for his life. Still trying to get the information, peeking around, sees him, use the 3-peek, will hide behind the trees. Will he take any more? No, he's going to have a look, but he's getting shot from 2 different angles. You can see the blood just spraying. So he's kind of between a rock and a hard place here, because he's got both players watching this, the both same team on 2 different angles, so he needs to be extremely careful.
Yeah, but these guys are good at this area. The NBR is dodging and weaving as best he can. He does make it away for now. But we know that these guys like to play this area. They normally start off towards the apartments and then kind of filter around and take fights. They're quite aggressive. NPR just about makes away with his life.
How are you alive?
Clearly got caught by one of the 2. We didn't see the shots actually land too clearly through the foliage, but it does seem as though he will be able to get away for now. Maybe heal up, find a new avenue of approach, because he is really in a predicament here. The south side battle's probably not going to come off just yet. It's mostly the kind of 4 to 5 teams that are all around this one central area. That next circle is going to change the fate of a lot of these players now.
Can we take a moment to appreciate how split up TSM are? We've got Break still here, North George. We've got TSM, we've got NPR on his own in no man's land, but he's still in the circle. That has fallen quite lucky for him. And then he's got his teammates who are almost dead center, just to the right-hand side, below Pachinki. We've got a new crate coming in. That's going to be a Groza. Plenty of ammo, 8x scope as well. I mean, the distance on that thing is disgusting as it is. Why not make it even better? Noble again, though. We're looking at the kill feed. They didn't quite catch it, but it looks like Noble are having the game of their life so far. Plenty of kills, plenty of points going on their way. Every team they eliminate it, they'll jump another place in that leaderboard.
They're still in the circle. They're again going to be the gatekeepers this time. Liquid out towards the northeast. You've got Xeon on the guys towards the north. Unroot's working his way in. So this is going to be big for them. If they can divide their attention in the right places at the right time, they're going to come up with so many kills, and they don't need to back anywhere. If anything, once that blue moves in, they'll have safety towards that kind of northeast side, so they can then start sweeping through and worry about the rest while maintaining high ground. So far, this is very, very good positioning for them. 2
cars as well, but they're just laying him down so they can either just bail out of this one should they need to, or just use them for cover. They can dive up behind, still got that bridge, which is fair play to them. All of C9 is still alive as well. We saw the early engagement before with the team that they managed to take down. But if C9 is still
another challenger.
I don't believe it. They're still locking down this building. Another challenger does indeed approach. Here comes the initial tag. You hear the pan come in, but he will go down.
Shot.
The pan will only save you once, my friend. You don't get a second time. 2 players will fall. Make that 3. He's going to be a death as well, so they lose 1. Solid F takes a bullet just in return. But I tell you what, they've caused all sorts of problems for this roster over here. 1 falls down. 2 of them are also down, I believe. In fact, no, one of them just died. This is problematic.
Chappie's chomping at the bit. He wants to just go and get those kills done. You can tell it. Now, I love the way they're playing. You can see how good they are at this sort of position. They clearly have the line of sight worked out. They have exact approaches, and they know how they want to play. And you're seeing that kind of individual ability coming through as well. So that's pretty impressive for them. Tobias now is on the medic mission. Lay down the wall of smoke. Pray he can get there, but this is the killing squad now. Cloud9 turning it into the killing fields. There's no escape for these guys, really. They've got to run away and hope that no one else is there. Maybe find a new way into the circle, because that approach is locked off. And I'm pretty sure this squad can hear all these shots going on. That's not too far away. Again, just holding on for dear life, try and find a bit of cover, but it looks like Nick has maybe spotted one of these guys out. Yeah, he has. Full vision as well. This is suppressed. That's nice control. Oshi7 completely unawares, doesn't know where those shots are coming from. And now I wonder if Nick can back away again. It's just smart enough. He's only got 1 teammate left here. Again, peeks back in, spots out another. Good vision. Not overexposing himself either. Good control.
He's got to be careful, though, because he's awoken the bear. They're giving away position. In fact, I'm about to say about Sakisha. Sakisha's gone down. Now, he was going to be the issue because he had the Kar 98 with the 8 times on. Oshi7, he's dead, unfortunately. Sakisha's down as well. C9 have turned a pinhead. And all of a sudden, it's 6 players looking at this roster. They're in all kinds of trouble. That's going to be... What a cracking shot. Leans it as well. She goes down also. Serenity, unfortunately, will slowly be tapped away with the SKS. She now will fall. And Julia... Well, she's left all standing. There's nothing else she can do. Sakisha's just going to be left to bleed out there.
Level 1 helmet, level 1 vest, a little undergeared for these sort of battles, needs to back away, just find a bit of cover for a bit. And we're going to see more fights coming in. This is Gassy Mexican squad here with Curvy Llama, eyes down towards those banana houses, still towards that south side coast. So again, they might be spotting out the Cloud9 guys. They've got good scopes, good range, and suppressed weaponry. This could be interesting. Mythrain has managed to find that AMPR player. It was TSM's player who was very much on the run, trying to get away from them, but they hunted him down, not going to let him escape.
And you can hear here, look at the walls. They're just absolutely drilled with bullets. There's something big's gone down here. We'll see now as people do move in. Liquid have decided, okay, it's time to move finally away from Gaka. They've both got vehicles. You can see the health ticking, but they both stopped. So they're going to be healing up in those vehicles. Watch the life bar at the bottom. It should shoot up any second. Meanwhile, Mythrain, but they're just going to chill here. Boforest, they'll just get ready for it. Solid FPS does find Sakisha on the floor. He cleans up that one, but they're looking for that last player, which is going to be Julia. But again, you mentioned about Gassy Mexican. They have just turned up to the fight. They need to be watching the back because that could cause them problems in the long game.
Yeah, and that circle's moved out towards the western side. That will favor the teams who are already set up in this area just slightly. So there's going to be a lot of people traversing through this one, and Drifter is trying to just...
They're just trying to nade him out here.
What's going on.
Poor man, poor man. Leaning on the corner, hiding inside the bathroom, hoping someone just checks that room. Probably going to have a shotgun to hand as well.
Look at Noble, straight away getting their cars, want to be quick on this, don't want to give time to get caught, but they might be spotted out by Unroot and the boys. Evermore's squad, yeah, this could be some fire coming. It looks like they're going to stop. This could be a battle going down on the plateau towards the top of the ridge. Everyone's going to hear this one going through unless they're all suppressed up to the teeth. So hopefully we can jump on that and see if that fight actually does begin. 56 players now left standing. This is a great position for Forz and Andy and the guys. They're in a very nice spot, and actually it looks like Evermore has got the height advantage. He will be able to spot these guys out. Noble can disappear in towards the kind of, I guess, foliage and use that as cover, but it's still very flimsy. And at the moment, TSM are in safety. A couple of baited shots out there basically for TSM. They're just trying to keep people aware of their position, scared to challenge.
If anything as well, doing this noise allows his teammates below him to try and move around and kind of cover the footsteps if they are trying to make something happen. It's kind of the same principle when you're using the smoke grenade. You can get a bit of a shot
He's spotted them out. This is probably the Noble side, unless there's someone else moving in. And no, it will be Noble. That is some beautiful shooting from Yunru. These guys are so crisp on these shots. 8 times comes out, tapping away with that M16, trying to find some more connections. And Noble are just on the run. They don't want this fight. They want to find any other fight possible. They finally got a bit of cover. They can look up the hill and wait to see who's about to just crush down that hill towards them.
And this time, they are on the opposite end of what they've been dishing in this match. They are on the opposite end. They are downhill. They've got to look uphill as people just come flooding down. 4 intro. They smell blood. They want these final kills. They've already down 1. They're not going to try and let this guy hiding behind the rock revive them. Noble still trying to get away. Tap, tap, tap. Knocks out.
Christ, that was a
What a belting
spray.
shot. Evermore falls. Cracking spray control there. So now we'll at least see them answer back. They have lost one, unfortunately, Pansy.
The big point is that the other team has the circle. They have the circle in their favor, so they have to move down this hill. And now you've got Anger, Lex, Adren all going to crest over as well. At the moment, Noble, sure, they're under pressure, but they at least have the positioning that will favor them. They can hold this line. There's no safety for these guys moving in. Dingus Khan just in a car, just going to plow through. Boom's gone down. Daz is still up, and they're going to have to watch this like a hawk. And there's a horrible feeling. Your heart starts beating when you're hearing these shots in front of you, and you know you have to run this way. They've got to go straight over, so there'll still be eyes towards this. There's at least 2 teams in front, and they're going to change direction, head more southwest, try and play to another side, try and find some more cover on the way down. Oh, the spray! Mid-3, going to have to try and make this one count, but there's fire coming from everywhere. This is going to be a very messy fight.
Does knock out 2, though. I'm just trying to look at that kill feed at the moment. Everything's popping off. We're down to 45. Several people kind of going off here in the middle. Adren's going to try and get Lex up, but unfortunately it's not enough. Flom does come in, though. He will fall. WTCN doing the drilling with that UMP there. As he looks across to all his teammates, Pansy, they're all just dying around him. He needs to make something happen because they could potentially just walk in and wipe him out. Dingus Khan now is the last alive for his team. 4 intro. They've only got 1 man.
Shots coming in, though.
Oh, that hurt. That's going to hurt him again. 1 hit P. See you later. He's gone. Noble then.
They recover.
They didn't have the advantage. They did not have the height. 4 intro came pushing down upon them. They accepted the challenge. They only lose 1. They still stay alive.
And it's mostly because they had the circle. That was the big point here. They were actually playing the edge of it, so they had the safety. Everyone else is moving down towards them. They get set up on the cover, but they lost out on so many players, but they got them back up. Now let's look at Break here. He is playing this one like an absolute ninja. Look at him. Where's that full spray down? Break, show me what you're made of. But Panda's just off to the right. Oh, this could be a disaster. Break is down. Panda having 2 players splitting off towards him. 117 there, getting the drop. A disappointing end for him, I can imagine. But Panda now have a bit of freedom to work with.
Yep, 2 people fall on Panda, but they've still got plenty of time to revive them. Ops for the looting phase. We'll see JP2 in fact have just fallen. Actually, we've got a bit of an action going down on here as we look across to Luminosity. I believe
LG needs to stay alive here.
Yeah, they do, because this is them at the top of the board. This is their scoreline. They're into the top 30. Ollie does get knocked out, and that's going to be outside the play zones. Unless his teammate's there to help him out, that could be a dangerous one. LG has split up. We got Smack and Vis in the opposing building. They've got the height advantage, and they need to go to them. Look at where they are, perpendicular to the circle.
This is the thing. Luminosity have to get past them or try and evade them in some way, shape, or form, as TSM essentially have the only piece of cover left into that next circle coming up. Luminosity need a top 10 finish to keep themselves very well in that running. If they do that, then they're game on. This could be a big fight. Ninja, are you fancying this? This is a big play from him. If he wants to go in there, you better be just... You've got to be a god-tier player to get away with this one, Ninja. He's decently geared, level 3 helmet, level 2 vest. Decent AK as well, full auto ready. He's trying to spot these guys out. I'm wondering if he can get through the window with a bit of a crouch jump. Smack and Vis playing this very naughtily. I think there's a helmet missing on Vis there, quite possibly as well, which could be an issue down the line. But Luminosity are going to take this building by storm or by force because they need to.
Absolutely. They need to get by them. TSM are kind of blocking it down, but the problem is it's that uphill behind this building in particular. As soon as they go up, you've got the balcony, what TSM are based on. It's going to be an absolute firing line. Meanwhile, on the opposing side, Hayes knocks out Panda. We just saw Ollie go down in the kill feed a little bit earlier on. 28 players remaining. Borg, tap, tap, tap away. He doesn't quite fall yet, but he is going to do so much damage. We'll lay down and look at all these players. There's blood all over the place. Borg has fallen. Sweater's already tanked up. And at the moment, Panda, they're outside the play zone. They're gone. 1-2 players dead.
All those shots coming out from Cloud9 did enough damage to them to make them knock out of the play zone. So that's good enough from them. Liquid, I think, is still alive in the similar area down towards the northwest, north side. So that could be the next fight coming out for Cloud9. For now, though, they just want to get back into business. Luminosity are going to start making some noise, but TSM are just going to hold the balcony.
Do you know what's most scary? They are in the TSM literally have control of the only building inside the circle. So Luminosity need to take these guys out if they want to control this building and look uphill. Idaculus knocks out Dahaji back with a can anti as well. Down goes one. They will attempt to get them back up. But this is going to get messy really quickly because at the top of the crack of this hill here, you can look up from the balcony where TSM are. They'll be able to see people just flooding down upon them.
Yep. Now this is big though. Good positioning from Andy and Forzen. They've got to be careful of Noble's push now. Hopefully they haven't just moved from that area, so in the back of their minds they feel that they're completely safe. But Boom as well. Great positioning from Boom, but a brilliant adjustment from Andy. Turns around, gets him down. Boom had the drop on all three of them as the other part of his squad were moving in from the other side. Now the rest of Noble are going to have to try and pick up the pieces, but it might be a little bit too late here. They might have just to leave him to die as there's only really one man up, and that's Idaculus. I don't think he can really get to his teammates, but again, Sweater watching the cross so well, and that is Liquid trying to make their way in, but they get caught in the crossfire. Again, Cloud9 punishing the rotate so well, hyper aware of how to play this one out, and now we're down to the top 20.
Chappie just smashing bodies all over the place. You can see the kill feed annihilating now. Cloud9 have turned up and they are here to play. One more player is going to be Musil, dies outside the play zone. Meanwhile, we just see Cake tap, 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 trying to get some blood here, but unfortunately, it's going to be one player who comes in, takes him down as well. Chappie now has fallen, so that's going to be the end of his run possibly. We're into the top 16. Andy Pyro once again doing the dirty on Noble. That could potentially be the last player for them down. And now we see him moving forward, but he's still TSM. They're in the driving seat in this building. They can just keep surviving. But Luminosity are bearing down upon them. They're right behind. Another player gets tanked up here. We see Mumino to his left-hand side. He's going to try and get into cover. He can't go around the back of this tree. He can't even needs to get away, but there's no real cover. If somebody comes from his right-hand side, he is going to get annihilated, but he's got kicked there for the defense.
Right, down to 15.
Ninja got him. Ninja got him.
Did manage to nade out Smack. Fist is still alive, and they can't actually kill him flat out unless they get another nade up there. And that's going to be the last thing. If anything, you could see TSM just doing the dirty and making it almost impossible for Luminosity, but here comes the push. That is big from Ninja. Oh, no! It goes terribly wrong for him. He goes down. This could be a huge problem. He went on his own. The rest of his team aren't there. Smack's going to die no matter what, but still, oh my word, that could be such a loss, but the rest of Luminosity can still do this. Ninja was a hard carry in the last game, but the rest of his team now needs to step up to the plate. They're in a good position still. This could just be their downfall. Does he play to get himself in a good spot or deny them a better position?
Which team's got the bigger cojones, though, because this could get really dangerous. They all have to move forward. They all have to go up to that circle. This is going to come down to really who can hold their nerve, who can stand their ground, because he's got a level 3 helmet, he's got a shotgun. If he gets up close and personal, it's going to go bye-bye LG, so they need to play this very, very calculated. And look at that circle. It's going to drive them all up to the top of the hill. Drassel knocked out Forzen, so that's at least going to help them in the long run. There's going to be 2 go down. Andy Pyro still alive and taking names. 2 of his players have fallen. He's going to be the last player. Unless I don't think we're not in a position to get them up, so he will be the last person. JP2's gone down. Chipsy's gone down as well. Drassel, last man standing here. He needs to be so careful.
Oh, there's players everywhere. They're getting tagged up, though. He doesn't want these fights. He doesn't want to get involved. Kate does take down JP finally, and you're going to see Drassel holding on for dear life. He needs to get into this circle. He needs to get in. Oh, he does go down in the end, and what a great bit of play from Cake and the boys. Kind of under the radar throughout that game, but in the end circles, they delivered and then some.
I'll tell you what, this leaderboard is super tight. I have no idea now who's going to potentially be in the lead because of the kill factor as well that you inject into this system. But my word, both teams playing their hat out. Ninja, unfortunately, just falling from a brilliant placement for one of the players on TSM, knocking him out through the window, accepting that challenge, him letting him get up the stairs, then whipping out the shotgun to take him down, really put the pressure on LG.
But LG did stay alive quite late. That's the thing. They did finish still pretty high up in that one. Drassel was still alive within, I'd say, the top 2, top 3. Yeah, so they finished top 2. They're still pretty well set here, Luminosity. Getting decent kills, doing well on position. Liquid have now gone up the rankings as well. You've got Forzen and the guys starting to get some work done. TSM have been very passive in this, but they're still around. Noble had a big swing up, and Cloud9 here. So a big performance increase from those guys.
This is